So I have decided to have a go at taking the front bumper off today. Threatening to do it for a long time, but with the sun out, I think today's a good day. So I kind of started at it already, forgetting the video. You got to take some of the trims off first. So you've got this big trim here has to come off, this small trim here has to come off. Luckily all the clips were already missing out of mine, which is probably the standard for most of these cars at the moment. So that one's gone. This little one here, also no clips, gone. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 10 mils there, and there's like a little plastic screw thing that always breaks there, and that one did break coming out, so that won't be going back. So if you come around the sides, it's a little 10 mil here, bolts up through the wing, and the same on the other side. This was a Japanese model, the indicators, so it's just to unclip those. And obviously the same on the other side. The other thing kind of holding me up at the moment, it seems to be just held on by the parking pole. It's just not giving way there, and I can't find out why just yet. If you look along the underneath of the bumper, you can see from here, you can't really see, but pretty much every single nut is missing from the bottom of the bumper. I won't be putting any of those back. I'm just going to do the whole thing with cable ties. Let's see when we get it off how it looks and what we can do next. And there we are. Front bumper is off. It was catching on the parking pole. Never done this before, so I'd started to loosen the bracket for this at the back, but it turns out actually this is the piece that goes on the outside of the bumper. It goes over this. This is keyed, this is threaded, so you just sort of unscrew this off, lift that off, and then the bumper lifts up over it. I shouldn't have interfered with that bracket at all, which is probably going to be a pain in the arse later, but there it is now. Thank God for that. One of those 5-minute jobs that turns into a nightmare, but it'll be quicker the next time. There won't be a next time actually, never mind. So just having a quick look at what I can see while it's apart. The bumper bar, just a little bit of surface rust, but it's actually a lot better than I was expecting to see, so that's really reassuring. A better man than me might clean that up now and treat it with something, but I'm not going to do that. You can kind of see that the air conrad has a lot of wear. The vanes actually look okay, but a lot of the fins are just fucked. The aircon is still cold in this car, so best thing to do is not touch that. Be aware that it doesn't look great. Can't really see on camera the coolant rad in behind it, but the coolant rad looks a lot better, probably because it's been defended by the aircon rad. You can also see up in here in the airbox, this little butterfly valve. Can we see that? Apparently it's a really popular mod to just delete that. It's a vacuum actuated butterfly. Apparently it's a really good mod to remove that. That's something I might do in the future. Worrying about this bumper today the most, so you can really see there how badly the top grill's gone in. We just come around the back of it. See this grill here is not really held in at all. There it goes, it's not really held in at all. It's our bumper absorber that can go, and this is our other grill here that's not held in very well. So I think the right thing to do in these situations, flip that forward, excuse my paint job, is to remove this grill entirely, remove this grill entirely, and try and put it back together a little bit better than it was. I'm also going to clean up these indicator lenses because they have a bit of moisture in them. And someone's already been here with cable ties. That one's just gone. You can also see here where the under trays, that's been ripped out, that's been cut, that's been ripped out, that's been ripped out, that's been ripped out. So definitely not the first guy in here, probably not going to be the last guy in here, but I'm just going to take these grills out, put them all back together properly, try and get the under tray secured up on this line here, secured properly onto this line here, because even when I was driving the car home, one of these under trays fell down, made a loud noise, frightened me a little bit. And just try and put it all back together a little bit better than it is at the moment. So I said I'd take this up on the grass, I was kind of doing it on the gravel and I realised I didn't really want to scratch up this mint condition bumper any worse than it already is. So I went ahead and popped it on the grass. I suppose you should never get into these things unless you're prepared for the shittest outcome, which in my experience is generally the only outcome. This clip is missing a piece. The two centre ones broke on me, and the third one, I don't even know where I put it now, the stud snapped. There it is. Wonderful. So what are we going to do then? I'm just going to pop this back in place, get the 3 top clips in, sit the bottom ones in place and see if I can make something happen. I don't really know what's going to happen. Top one should sit in pretty easily. I'm just going to clean up the inside of the bumper then, try and get it back on the car. And that there is our 2 bumper grills back in. Just took this top one out, clicked it back in, every single clip clicked back home lovely, and it looks good from the front, so I'm quite happy with that. This lower valance was unclipped here and here, so I've clipped that back in. These 3 top clips went back in lovely. And you know what, not gonna lie, I didn't put any of the bottom clips back in. There's lots of little snaps around the grill itself and it clips onto the bottom lip. So it's actually, you can pick the bumper up by this at the moment. Those clips are there for a reason. They're also to hold on the undertray, but I'm just going to work without them because it's just fucking easier. I will see how that works out for us. I've just given the bumper bar a quick wipe down. I was really planning on going to town a little more and cleaning in there and rust treatment and stuff, but it's actually so clean that I'm not really too bothered about it. It's also getting a little dark, so just going to try and get this bumper back on, looking kind of sweet. And if that goes back on without too much of a pain in the backside, I will be super happy. Let's find out. Look what I found. Oh my god. When I said that was never going to be back, I lied. And there we are. How about that? Everything is back on. Only a few spare parts left over, but to be fair, it's actually tighter than it was despite the missing parts. So this grill is all out and snug now, and you can see this grill is nicely fitted the whole way around. It's good and secure on the car. That valance is clipped back in. The only thing is, see, this looks terrible. I was this close to painting it matte black. The paint was there and everything, but if there's one good lesson for you when you're messing with your car, stay the fuck away from the matte black. There's nothing so bad that it needs to be matte black. But that looks, maybe just because it's something I've wanted to do kind of since I got the car, one of the first things, I think that looks so much better. So much better. It's just a simple thing, but it's all squared up nice. Panel gaps are good. There's nothing hanging down underneath. To be fair, the undertrays really could do a replacement. There's a big hole in it there, but it's, again, they're up, they're tight, they'll do for now. And between that and doing a bit of work on the sun green prints, I feel like this car's really turning the corner. All I want to do now is polish the outside, just 1 or 2 coats of that auto finesse, straight onto the inside, get the seats out cleaned, dash cleaned, windows cleaned. The inside is, you know, I don't want to make a smell-o-vision joke, but really smells in here. So hopefully quick polish, and that's what we're on to.